mean, like, no, I got a great food that I found, yo. I never knew existed. That shit is great. Talk about it.
Greetings, salutations, everyone. Welcome to This Is It. I'm your co-host, Corey Roy, along with my partner in crime, Hollywood. What's up, brother?
What's going on? It's your boy, Hollywood DA here. You know what I'm saying? We in here. Look, it's your buddy. Yeah, I can't even talk. It's your boy, Hollywood DA here. And then we in here to talk about another episode of What If. And
that's right.
I don't know if you hear it. It may not be what you want to hear. It's a lot. It's a lot of his.
That's what's up, man. And last but not least, my man Phenom. What's up, brother?
Yo, Phenom 202 DDA representative, yo. Hey, yo, man, I feel good, yo. I'm ready to get these 2 episodes knocked out. But before we get started, yo, I discovered an interesting meal that I never knew existed, and I don't eat it no other way now, called birria tacos. You ever heard of birria? At all? No. Ever? Man, it's these tacos that you dip into this like soup stuff. Amazing, yo. Amazing, yo. Man. Yo, I'm telling you.
I have to try that out one time.
You said a taco. You said it's a taco you dip in soup.
In soup.
Like
that's a soggy ass taco.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. At all. What is it? A queso soup? What the fuck type of soup? Is it cheese? It's a soup with cheese. I'm like, word.
No, it's like a beef broth. You fold it up, and like they fry it and dip. Man, look, just Google BIRRIA tacos in your city and go pick up some, yo. Yeah, but let's get it, yo. Doctor Strange, yo. Let's get
it. Strange, yo. All right, we like to say, man, thanks everyone for listening. And as we said just a while ago, this episode is going to be a review of What If episode 4, and the episode is titled "What If Doctor Strange Lost His Heart Instead of His Hand?" So we're going to go around the horn on this. I'm going to tip it off, to my man Phenom first, and then we're going to go to Ollie. Just give everybody's overall thoughts of this episode. Did you like it? What you dislike? What you didn't like? And then we'll do a little bit more deep dive. So Phenom first, man. What were your overall thoughts of this episode 4 of Doctor Strange?
Look, yo. I equate it to this, yo. If you have a house or something, you roll out your trash, you roll out your trash and your recycling, yo. I was about to roll both them bins out, but they only just rolled out the trash one, yo. The recycling, because it started to pick up towards the end, know what I mean? So it wasn't all the way trash. I did like the concept of him losing his heart. I mean, that shit was dope. I just don't like Doctor Strange. That's it.
Right. Yeah, I can understand that, man. Ollie, man, I'm going to go to you. What were your overall thoughts of this episode?
Y'all want the truth?
I want the truth, man. Give it to me raw.
Fuck it, yeah, we here. Well, keep it on 100. Yeah, the last about 15 minutes. I'm just gonna be floating with you, whatever y'all say, because I ain't watched that shit. I was like, yo, I ain't make it, bro. I ain't making it at all. Dog, whether he lost his heart in his hands, like, come on, man. Don't nobody give a fuck. Yo, he lost his heart to put some shit. Wait, you Iron Man? Look, I don't know, man. I'm not even gonna really talk too much right now. But that just lets you know where I stand. Nah, I did not finish the episode. And then I was like, and I said I was gonna watch it. I said I was gonna finish it. In my head, I thought I was gonna finish. I was like, boom, well, I'll finish it later.
Yo,
I brought up the joint. Yo, my bad, Corey. It was like episode 4 or 5. I was like, yo, I need to finish watching episode. I gotta do a whole show about episode 4. Maybe I should watch that. I was like, nah, let me just keep it moving. It's like skip, bruh.
Well, look, man, I totally understand your feelings on that, because I knew when I watched this episode, I was like, look, they ain't gonna like it, because this is one of those episodes that if you didn't like the movie Doctor Strange, or you've never seen the movie Doctor Strange, it was gonna go right over your head. It really was gonna go right over your head. But the reason I've seen the movie, And I like the movie Doctor Strange. So for me, it wasn't that bad. I really enjoyed the episode. I love the different dynamic that they had in this episode, seeing a deeper dive into who Dr. Stephen Strange is, because in the movies, it's very surface level. It's very surface level. But anyway, I'm not going to hold that up too much, man. I like the episode. Clearly, you two guys didn't, and we're going to get into that. And we probably won't, look. So the episode starts off with Dr. Stephen Strange. He meets up with this girl, Dr. Palmer. They're in the car actually, going to an event, and they're talking about some type of surgery that he did that was world class, blah 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 blah. And he pulls out in front of a car, then he cuts back in, and then a car winds up smashing them from the back, and they wind up toppling over the hillside and crashing down in the river or the ravine or whatever it is. And of course, Dr. Palmer dies, but Dr. Strange doesn't. And it's from that moment that he freaks out, and then he goes on his journey to become the Sorcerer Supreme, because he's trying to figure out what I need to do to change things. He's always about fixing things. And I'm going to kind of stop right there, because that's the main part of this episode. That's like the what if. Now, first, before we get into any more details, Phoenix and Ollie, have you guys seen Doctor Strange to know that was the difference between the movie and this what if scenario? Because in the original,
she wasn't in the car.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, she wasn't in the car. It was just him. It was just him in the car.
Right. In the original Doctor Strange, it's just him in the car, and he has an accident. He ruins his hands, so he can't use his hands anymore. And then that starts his journey on trying to be the Sorcerer Supreme. But in this situation, he loses Dr. Palmer, and that's pretty much the what if scenario. And then it starts to tail off from there.
It's funny though you said that as far as not Zolly. It's funny as you said that. It's funny you said that as far as like watching the movie. I did watch the movie, and honestly, it's like the same parallel, with the movie. I like the movie up till like the end. Once they started doing all the little the mind, it got too much CGI and all like. I like CGI as much as the next guy, but once they did like all the buildings bending and them running up and doing it got too far out there. And this when once they started doing all these different portals and shit, and I'm gonna be truthful with you. If Doctor Strange is in this Spider-Man movie a lot and they're doing this type shit, I mean, I don't want to go too far off subject, but like all this multiverse and all this tied in shit, if they do this with Spider-Man, I'm gonna be pissed, and I don't think I'm gonna like Spider-Man, So now I'm hesitant. After watching this, it's funny watching an episode of an animated cartoon that has nothing to do with the Marvel universe. Is the whole what if, like some other
right.
And I just think they might. I think the writers might be, for lack of a better word, nerds, and I don't only mean that in a bad way. I mean they like probably into the comics, like they into all this shit. I'm just worried about them writing the story they like and not what the people's going to.
You know what?
When I say the people's, I'm talking about me. I'm the people's.
Right.
Me.
Right. So Phenom, that's a good point. I mean, what do you think about what Ollie's points are, man? What are your thoughts on that?
Spoiler alert!
You worried?
You ain't gonna like Spider-Man then, because obviously if you see the trailer, everything was getting bent in the joint.
I know.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like, all right. I mean, I know we're gonna get to it, but Doctor Strange got under my skin because he did what a white man does all the time: ignores advice that can stop shit. Dude was like, "Hey, don't do it." He's like, "I'm not going to do it," and then he did it, and then that fucked up everything.
And that's basically the trailer of Spider-Man. You got basically the wise Asian says, "Yo, don't do it."
Don't do
in
it.
The trailer,
even in this
trailer, yeah. I mean, basically, it's the same. They played it off each other.
Wong. That's correct.
They played
Wong
it. They played
the exact same thing in this one. Exact same thing. So that's actually a good point to transition to. So this is when Doctor Strange is in the What If series, and he's focusing on. He can't stop thinking about Dr. Palmer, and he's holding the Eye of Agamotto. All right, so this is kind of like a I don't know, but it's an artifact that allows you to go back in time and do these things with time. And he's focusing on that because he wants to go back and reverse the situation that happened with Dr. Palmer. And of course, Wang, or I'm sorry, I don't want to call him Wang. Wong shows up and says, don't do it, but he does it anyway. And he goes back to try to save Dr. Palmer. And then from that point, it was like watching a Marvel Groundhog Day, because it clearly reminded me of Groundhog Day at this point. Like everything he did at that particular point, he could not save her. Did you guys recognize that was Groundhog Day, or Ollie, did you even make it that far?
No, I made it that far. I was really thinking Groundhog Day, because I just watched so many movies like Death Day, and like people done bit off Groundhog Day so many times, and that's a good callback though, because that was the original. So honestly, it's sad that I don't think of Groundhog Day. My boy Bill Murray, what's the Groundhog? Is he don't see his shadow or not? Like, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, nah, bro. Like, this one, I'm tell you, at all, because this is how I feel about this episode. All that shit you said the eye of woo, the eye of what?
Agamotto.
Dr. Roboto.
And you said Wong and Wang. All I'm thinking about is Eddie Murphy, the Golden Child, when he went to the Chinese shop. It's like, take this eye of newt, a little bit of yin for the yang. He was like, no, I don't need no yin for the yang. He was like, there's like the yin for the yang. You know what I'm talking? He's like, no, I'm good. Like, literally.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So we can move on.
No, I mean, like, hey,
what were your thoughts?
I love the way you work the Golden Child. The Golden Child is probably one of the best movies ever made.
I want the knife. I want the knife. Yeah.
My brother
Corey got it.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Phoenix.
In the airport. Yeah. No, go ahead. Nah, but I mean, and that's the thing, yo. I mean, like, with Doctor Strange, I mean, like, he's my second worst character in the Marvel universe. I won't say her name or Vision's wife right now, but Doctor Strange is number 2 in the Marvel universe about people I don't care about. But
you
I would say this
anybody
though,
with magic.
I mean, like, they look stupid. I mean, especially they be holding their hands like this, and you know it's all CGI and they be all in it, but anyway, but Groundhog Day, I mean, I did like that part of the show where it kept showing him no matter what he did, she's gonna die. So
regardless. Yeah.
And you keep doing it. We tell you not to fuck with the magic, and you keep fucking with it, and you keep getting the same shit over and over. It just kept make him go insane and trying to find another way to save her. And that's when the dark side come in.
Exactly. He was so much on trying to fix it. He was doing every case scenario he could do. He was driving the car. He wasn't driving the car. He was going to a different location. One time they went to a restaurant. At one time he didn't even pick her up. It didn't matter what happened. She was going to die. And that's when the ancient one shows up and says he cannot change this event. She used the word an absolute point in time, which means it's unchangeable in the universe. And he was trying to change that. And that spirals him down the dark path.
Corey?
Yeah, man.
When Thanos had that nigga by the neck, I don't know if he had him by the neck or not, but Thanos had the motherfuckers pinned down, all of them. That motherfucker did go. He could have ran through all 5 billion of those scenarios in that 15 seconds.
Right.
I mean, he had the power to. He just didn't. That's how movies work, Ollie.
Yeah, that wouldn't have went. And then also too, this is another timeline. So that Doctor Strange this is a different universe. So that particular
there you go.
Yeah. But we do have a comment. So let's see what this comment is saying here.
Uh-oh.
All right, so this kind of goes off what you were talking about, Ali. Is this the Doctor Strange that's in Spider-Man? And that's what the theory is going on. But you didn't watch this whole thing. But there is a point in this show where the ancient one, and this is the lady with the bald head.
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, she played a phenomenal, man. I loved her voice, man. She really embodied that character. But anyway, she tried to get Strange to stop doing it, and he doesn't want to stop doing it. He's like, F it, I'm going to do it. We can do it. You can't tell me to stop. And then she hits him with a spell right before he goes through a portal. And you didn't think that she did anything, but later on in the episode, you find out that she actually split Strange into two people at the same time.
And that's I did watch. That's the bald-headed broad, right?
Did see that? Okay.
The bald-headed broad? Yeah, I saw that part.
Bald-headed broad.
And once they went to all that shit, that's when I was like, yo, man, I ain't gonna lie.
So the theory...
But no, it actually got better after that, but go ahead.
Yeah,
I mean, my pillow looked mighty nice after that, yo. But we gonna go ahead.
It got better after that, yeah. And just go ahead, Phenom. Was there any thoughts you had to say with?
No, I mean, like I think she knows a lot, and she tried to save him from himself. And to go, like I said, it goes back to my white man theory, yo. They don't listen to nobody, yo.
Oh my gosh,
you don't listen to nobody.
Those are not the time out. Those are not the opinions and facts of this show.
Do not support the opinions of Phenom.
Hey.
Talking about the white man.
Yo, man.
It
is what it is. Look, I back my shit up with facts, yo. The world is burning, yo. And guess what happened at the end? He ain't listen to advice because he thought he could do whatever. And guess what happened?
Yeah, well, that does.
I can't guess. I ain't see it. Yo, tell me.
Yeah. We'll get to it. So we'll get to it.
Yeah, my bad.
Doctor Strange leaves, and then at that point, you got two different Doctor Strange, but you don't know until it gets near the end. So the Strange that we've been looking at this whole time goes to a temple, starts reading all these books, and is like, yo, I got to figure out how to change history. So what he does is he starts to learn that he needs to be more powerful. So what he does is he starts doing spells to look for magic creatures, and he starts to basically swallow them with the spell, so that he can continually get more powerful, and he freezes himself in time for like centuries, gathering all the power of all these beings. And one of the beings that he grabs the power from is the tentacle being that we see early on in episode 1 with Captain Carter. But anyway, once he finally gets all those creatures, that's when he finally comes into his mind, like, yeah, I'm powerful enough. It's almost like kind of like a Star Wars type situation where you get so obsessed with power, you start to gradually go toward the dark side, and that's what you see. So you start to see this dark Strange start to appear because he gets so obsessed with power. But go ahead. Did you see this part, Ali?
No, I didn't. But I wish I could have taped it. I wish I could have taped it and played it back for you to hear how crazy this shit sounds. He decided to go back in time and get magical creatures and just freeze himself and eat the magical creatures. Like, dog.
It looks a
you
lot
ain't doing
better.
The justice, though. I mean,
I had to say he's doing this. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's explaining the best he could, but yeah.
No, I mean, but he tried to get the big octopus at first. The octopus. He's like, hold up. Right. Let me start small. So he started getting little small creatures.
Yeah.
And then he gets to the octopus, and he's like, I'm ready for your ass, and end up getting octopus. You know what I'm saying?
So he keeps doing spells, and he starts off with the small magical creatures and absorbs them. And then over the centuries, he works his way up to the really powerful ones where he can absorb them with the magical spells. And once he gets to what he considers is the most powerful magical being, as far as time is concerned, which is the one with the tentacles, he finally is able to absorb part of that creature, not all of it, but part of it, the tentacle part. And that's when he's like, all right, I'm good. I got enough power now to go back and change time. But he did this for so long, he actually used a spell to freeze himself in time because he did it over the course of centuries. And this is when the story actually starts to really make, to me, gets even better, because then that's when you find out from the Ancient One, there are two Strange. There's a Dark Strange and Doctor Strange. And the Ancient One actually appears to Doctor Strange at this point and then says, look, there's another fucked up Strange doing some shit that's going to fuck this universe up, and you're the only one that can stop him. And he's like, well, who is this guy? And she's like, he is you, actually, but I split you guys up because I knew this was the only chance that I had to save this universe. So this is when these two actually get near the end and actually start to fight. Is there anything that you needed to chime in and say about this, Phenom? Since Ali didn't.
No, I mean, you explained it.
Hold on, yo. Somebody may just fast forward to this part. Corey, you ain't gotta call me out every time. They don't know I ain't watched it. How you just gonna call me out? This is what Corey said. Corey, every chance he get, he's like, so since Ali ain't watch it, he's like, yo, whatever. Yo, I'm coughing. Can you give me some water? Yeah. That water tastes good. Like this episode, but since Ali ain't watch it, can you? I mean, look, he's sipping on that water right now. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it don't. You ain't gotta carry me like that, man. This nigga just don't carry me the rest of the episode. Go ahead, man. I'm good.
Nah, it's just like being in school, yo. Like everybody turning their homework. Since Ali ain't turned his homework in, he ain't do work. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I mean, I
project. I ain't do shit. It was like the group project. It was like, yo, son, you know, at the end when the teacher be like, well, who did what? They be like, Corey's like, well, I built this diagram, but since Ali ain't watching it, I put this over here for my help. And you over there, look, you ain't helping none though, Phenom. You over there in the corner like, I'm about to be on Team Corey right now. Corey like, he ain't do shit.
Well,
I'm team Corey right now.
Go ahead.
Point in.
Yeah.
Nah, but I think the fight scene saved the episode in my opinion. That's why I kept the recycle in the house. Because I didn't want to roll both my trash cans out there. But no, I mean I thought the fight scene was definitely good. They was fighting capes and shit. Like in Doctor Strange. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean like I literally thought like the Doctor Strange fight was gonna have a different ending.
Yeah, me too.
You know, we'll transition to it.
You know, that's a really good point you bring that up because when I watched this episode, I've been doing some reading on the What If comic book series, and this was the closest episode to actually the way that What If is in the comics. It wasn't happy-go-lucky. It really did not end well. You know, it was a what if scenario that ended on a bad note. And that's typically, from what I've been reading, how the What If series typically have gone. So I was really shocked. I did not think it was going to go that route, but it really did. So going back to what you're saying, we have Doctor Strange and Dark Strange having the fight. The fight goes on. Clearly, you can see Doctor Strange is outmatched by Dark Strange. I mean, it's just he's clearly outmatched. And then he absorbs Doctor Strange. So now he's got all the power he needs. And that's at that moment where he decides to go to Dr. Palmer and pull her out of the water, out of the car, and then try to save her. And he does bring her back to life. But the moment he brings her back to life, she wakes up, she looks at him, he looks all fucked up, man. He looks like he's got monster.
A monster.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, he looks like a monster. And she starts screaming, and then you can start seeing the universe around them like dissolve away. And this is when he starts panicking and like, this is not what I meant to do. And this is the part of that I was very surprised about. He actually turns to the watcher and starts speaking to the watcher. This conversation with him for about a minute. I was kind of shocked about that. Like he kind of stepped out of character, but only to tell Doctor Strange that he can't fix it. Like there's nothing that anyone can do to fix time. Like it is what it is. And I would help you to help her. But since you fucked it up, there's nothing really I could do. But go ahead, Phenom, man. What were your whole thoughts about the whole scene here?
So with the fight, I definitely enjoyed the fight. I definitely enjoyed Doctor Strange losing, but this shit is getting like really morbid, yo. Like we started off with the other Captain America or Captain Carter. Shit was like really good. It was jovial. She was winning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then, we go to T'Challa laughing and joking at Star-Lord. Then the shit start going downhill.
Yeah.
They're just getting killed by
this shit went downhill not because of morbid. This shit went downhill because this episode was trash. So let's carry it like that.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about downhill like that.
I mean, the first three episodes were good, yo. This shit was trash, yo. That's all it is. And what you described to me sounded like even. And I'm not blaming you, Corey. I'm talking about this is the episode. Like what you described sounded like trash, yo. Like I'm telling you, we did this in the moment, whatever, this and that, yo. Like what I will say, the one good thing that came out of this is that from what you described, because you go ahead and tell me since Ali ain't watched the episode. Well, one that thing I did, I listened to Corey right now, and I realized Doctor Strange came out on top. Cause Shorty, he did all the shit to save her ass through thick and through thick and thin. He did all the shit to save her ass. She saw him. He has a fucked up face or whatever you say. He had some tentacles or whatever coming out of his back and went through thick and thin. Then she was like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, "Boom, yo." So he came out on top, yo. She just wanted pretty Doctor Strange, not the dude that I'm gonna go through the mud, go through about.
Then she end up
1,000 different. Well, she deserves to die. That's what I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, that's why we're saying this episode is so morbid because there was nothing that turned out good. Nothing. Doctor Strange died. Dark Strange,
the episode
killed him, and Dr. Palmer died as well, and the whole universe collapsed. After all of that, the whole universe collapsed, and they went down to an infinite point in time. And it was just him in a small little point in time. It was nobody else. Like he had nothing. I mean, that's why this episode, and I didn't even think it was going to end right then. I thought something else was going to happen. And the episode cut right off because it was letting you know there is nothing else after this. Like it's gone now. And the watcher even says that.
Yeah, but you know what? It was Marvel. So funny. When you said that, Corey, I started thinking about like Willy Wonka, yo, when Gene Wilder was like, "You get nothing, you lose. Good day, sir." That's basically what happened.
I was gonna say, I was worried for a second. Don't compare this episode to Willy Wonka, yo, because Willy Wonka is top tier.
No, but I'll tell you this.
Yeah,
Willy Wonka is
top tier.
But at the same time, there's a lot of messages in Willy Wonka. I was waiting for the Oompa Loompas to come out and sing the Doctor Strange, talking about, "Hey,
Loompa, doopity doo, Doctor Strange, I got a message for you. You can do all the time. Universe is here, and guess what? I had an Oompa Loompa song. Go ahead, man."
Nah, but that's how it is, yo. I mean, like he did all that stuff in the whole universe to bring his shorty back, and he gave up the whole world and gained nothing. You know,
absolutely nothing. Yeah,
that's basically what it was, yo. So I encourage you to go back, Ollie, and kind of you'll see the pieces put together. I mean, the fight scene was good with him pleading to the Watcher to say, "Help me." He's like, "I would help you, but it will fuck up the other universes, so I can't help you." So, you know, you gotta live what you did.
Yeah, you made your bed and you have to lay in it, and that's really what he's saying. And really, you can kind of tell in this episode that the Watcher really does want to help, but he knows that he can't because there's a whole bigger scheme of situations going on. And he knows that if he intervenes in this one particular moment, it's going to wreck up everything else. So he lets it go. But I really enjoyed the fact that he knew that the Watcher was there because, you know, and the Watcher actually comes to him in that moment and talks. I thought that was pretty cool because it let me know that could we actually get the Watcher? Could we actually get Jeffrey Wright in the Marvel universe and on screen, which I think would be really cool because that dude's a phenomenal actor and his voice is off the chain. But other than that, man, I mean, you know, we're gonna. I don't know if there's really much else did anything else that you wanted to tap on this episode, Phenom? Your thoughts? Want to wrap it up?
It was a pretty straightforward episode. I mean, like I said, I'm not a fan of Doctor Strange. Like I said, listen to your people, yo. They try to save you.
What up, Phenom? Because you the mix of me and Corey, yo. Me and Corey's the comic book head. I'm the movie watcher. I mean, I will say you probably lean more Corey than me because you definitely, you know what I'm saying.
I know things.
No, I know things. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know your facts. Was the episode good, yo? Just that. Don't tell me like it could have. Like, was the episode good to you, man?
It didn't start off good. That's the thing. It started off like
it's
trash.
It's a yes or no question, man. Was the episode good? Yes or no?
Well, you can't.
I only watched it once. I watched the episodes multiple times.
Well, that's why we give ratings. So let's rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Where does this episode fall for you?
Well, if you put it, well, I'll let him go.
Look, I definitely understand. Look, was it my favorite episode? No. Was it a throwaway episode? Yes. Did I not like it? I was entertained. I watched it because I do my homework, Oliver.
Was it good though, bro? It's a simple question, yo. Like, do you like red Kool-Aid? Yes or no? Like, nobody be like, yo, wait, because it's good as champagne over here. Like, do you like yes or no?
Is you're trying to get him to say it was bad, but he's
I'm not. I don't
in the beginning.
I don't know how he feels.
I
mean, well, I know how he feels about it. I just want to know what his overall grade is. Like, I mean, it's dog.
My overall grade.
I watched a lot of shit.
I give it a.
But I'm not saying yes A or F. I'm just saying, is it a C+? Like, do you like it or not, yo?
No, I mean y'all made me watch Fast 9, yo, and I didn't like it. So I watch stuff that I don't like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Right. But this episode, I mean,
I'm going to go ahead. Go ahead,
Corey.
All right.
No, I say I give it
on a scale of 1 to 10. Where would this episode land for you?
4.
4? Okay. All right.
So you don't like it then, yo, because it's less below average. Why can't you just say you don't like it?
0. Well, where is yours? Where does yours land, Ollie? On a scale of 1 to 10 for this episode for you?
Ollie gets an incomplete because he didn't do his fucking homework. That's what he didn't watch the whole episode.
You don't even get an F, you get an I.
Nigga, you need to audit this class, yo. Audit this episode.
Ollie, you don't even get a rating.
And honestly, yo, it's fucked up because I probably should have watched it. I say shit like I probably should have watched it. But anybody, I tell you all the time, yo, like bad TV is something I don't do, yo. So
right. But
I'm not even gonna say bad TV. Bad TV that I don't relate to. I had too many things to watch, yo. I turned this off and boom. And it was like boom, boom. All of a sudden I saw a Killer Bee flying on the screen. And I was watching Wu-Tang, The Saga. Season 2 is out now. Everybody go check it out. That shit is fire. But go ahead.
Yeah. So what I want to say for this particular episode, I'm not going to, it's not my favorite out of all the episodes. I don't hate the episode. So for Ray, this episode is like a 7. I thought it was really good at like showing a different side of Doctor Strange that I haven't seen in the MCU yet. So really getting the deep dive in who he is personally as a person. And I love seeing his whole dynamic on how he was trying to fix that whole scenario and how it didn't turn out the way that even I thought it was going to turn out. So that was what I really did enjoy with this episode. I thought it was a great episode. Not my favorite, but I do give the episode a 7. So there we go. So Phoenix gets it a 4. I give it a 7.
I give it
Ollie gets an I.
I give it like a 2. Honestly, yo, this is what I'll say. If this was the first episode of this What If series, yo, I would just be I'll be floating in here with y'all. Y'all keep watching. I'll be in here floating. I'll be like, yo, fuck that shit.
Hey man, we already know how you feel about it. But anyway, that's how we're going to end this episode. What If episode 4, the Doctor Strange. I thought it was a good episode. Phoenix, not so much. Ollie, not at all. But thank you for listening to our show. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Do you think we're going to see Doctor Strange in No Way Home? Is this a Doctor Strange in No Way Home? Who knows? I mean, look, let us know what your thoughts are and leave it in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And once again, please hit that like subscribe button. It is free, y'all. Ollie. Anyway, I'm Corey Roy. You can find me on the interwebs at Corey Roy _ Ollie, where can they find you, brother?
Find me, yo, fuck it, yo. Look me up, yo. Hollywood DA, yo. Look me up on Instagram. I ain't don't follow you back. I'm not even gonna accept your follow, but you can look me up. And then check us out over there. This _is_it_podcast to find all the latest hype and see what's going on. Love y'all. Peace.
Awesome, man. And Phenom 202, where can they find you?
Yo, Phenom 202, you can find me everywhere, yo. Hey, look, I'm gonna take kind of exception to what Ali said before we end. He didn't watch this episode, but he watched 6 episodes of WandaVision. And
no, I didn't make it past
episode.
I didn't make it past episode 4. Nope.
Yeah,
yo, man, you watched way more episodes of WandaVision than this, yo. Yeah. No.
Well, anyway, we are going to just leave it right there. We know where this is going. Anyway, that'll do it, family. If you don't know now, you know it. Oh man, oh my God. Anyway, these guys got me going off the Richter. Like we always say, we bring you that Black Dad energy. And if you don't know, now you know. And we'll see you always on the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
Yep.